Is it magic or something?
What do you mean? The land?
Yeah. Is there unobtainium underneath it, or adamantium?
Right.
Or what's the Black Panther
I was about to
blue
say,
stuff called?
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called either.
Who cares? Anyway, is there something really special under there or in there,
Right.
or is it
No,
like
it's solely just built around promises from God.
okay?
For both Jews and for Muslims, they believe they have a religious right to the land.
Okay, because I've heard Christians say they went over there and like floated in the water that makes you float.
Yeah,
and
you know, go get baptized in the Jordan River,
right, and walked where Jesus was.
Correct.
And they're like, it felt really spiritual, and I'm like, are you sure that was Jesus? Because there's a lot of non-Christian people blowing each other up over there.
Yeah, I mean,
so
yeah, I mean, there's both sides, right? Like, there's I think as a Christian, it's pretty. I mean, like, if you were going over there to walk around the areas where Jesus physically walked around, that's pretty cool. Like, so I get that.
Even though everything has been replaced since then.
Yeah, I mean, even though there's so much of it is obviously different and changed in 2,000 years, like, we get that. And so I think it's still pretty cool. Like, you're going to the places, the spaces where Jesus was. I think that's pretty unique. But I also get where you're coming from, though, because like most of Israel is really non-religious. Like, it's very secular, in other words.
Yes.
And so obviously there's 8 to 9 million Jews living there in Israel, but I mean the majority of them are actually non-practicing Jews. So they're obviously Jews ethnically, but in regards to religion, they're pretty secular.
Right.
Yeah. So there's nothing like magic about the land, but other than the fact that Jews, Muslims believe there's promises connected to that land. And then you got the Christian group who has their thoughts on the land as well.
Because I don't ever care to go there. Because
why don't you want to go there?
Because of the bombs.
I mean that. Yeah, and
I don't care about like what is it going to do to walk where Jesus walked?
Right.
When we're supposed to have him walking through our hearts all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? I don't get it.
No, I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
I think for me as a pastor, I'd love to go over there just to see some of the areas.
Okay.
Again, I know they're going to look different than what it was like 2,000 years ago, but just to be in some of those areas, be in some of the spaces, I think it's kind of cool just from like having some like mental images in my head of like physically being there, what it looks like when you're talking about specific areas when you're preaching or teaching through Scripture.
I'll just type it into AI.
Well, and that's an option as well.